Hi, my name is Rose Eltawi.
Hi, my name is Mara Faulkner.
Hi, I'm Jim Follier.
We selected as our topic alleviating barriers for individuals seeking mental health support. In our own experiences and in our experience with our family, our friends, our coworkers, our community, we've heard from so many people who wanted to improve their mental health but encountered obstacles to getting there. These obstacles in turn often led to more feelings of anxiety, helplessness, and worse health, sometimes spiraling on and often affecting others in their lives too. We wanted to explore together with stakeholders interventions that might help to mitigate those barriers. We began our research by reading articles covering barriers to accessing mental health care. In addition to barriers, the articles yielded information about disproportionately affected groups, including older adults, marginalized ethno-racial groups, and those unemployed. We then looked for articles that covered the effects of healthcare policy, provider perspectives on care, and key stakeholders in mental health research. Before and after interviewing stakeholders, we researched current and proposed solutions, including standard interventions like mental health education, and digital mental health interventions like apps for mental health monitoring, podcasts addressing stigma, and telehealth. As we synthesized our research, we realized we also needed information on how health data flows through the systems, which we found from industry leaders like IBM and McKinsey, who documented health information architecture. We researched platforms like Plaid in fintech and integration standards like LTI in edtech that might inform what could be done in health. Throughout, we sought articles using co-design practices in mental health research, from which we could gain a deeper understanding of methodologies commonly used in the field. We have a longer list of key articles we've returned to throughout our study, but these are a few of our favorites. Bernini provided key evidence of gaps in utilization. O'Keefe and Portia centered the conversation on disproportionately affected groups. Others more closely demonstrated principles of co-design in mental health research. And lastly, the New York State Office of Mental Health reminded us that simple practices, like standardizing terminology across providers, can make a big difference.
We interviewed 5 individuals with mental health care experience and 3 providers, resulting in 2 personas and journey maps. Meet Hannah, a 42-year-old tech-savvy pre-K assistant with employer-provided insurance. Her daughter is battling depression, substance abuse, and suicidal thoughts. She feels like her husband and friends are not supportive enough. She recognizes that she must improve her mental well-being to better support and advocate for her family. Hannah seeks a relatable, affordable, in-network provider, but faces challenges with finding the right match, provider availability, and getting insurance to cover sessions as frequently as she needs. Hannah's journey unfolds in 4 phases, starting with recognizing the need for care, seeking care during which she checks psychology day and her insurance, setting an appointment which she juggles with work commitments, and ending with her first session with a psychiatrist. Her journey is an emotional roller coaster. She's overwhelmed, marked by concerns about cost and provider availability, insurance benefit confusion, telehealth security skepticism, and doubts therapy effectiveness. In Hannah's journey, we encounter Tina, a psychiatrist with 13 years of experience. She offers her services through telehealth and at the Veterans Clinic. From her extensive experience, she shares that the common barriers her clients face to getting mental health care are stigma, cost and inadequate insurance coverage, mental health and insurance literacy, demand for care exceeding provider availability, and disparities in access to care among marginalized groups. Through her journey, we found that a quality telehealth platform with real-time availability and transparent insurance coverage would benefit both the client and the provider. We've identified solutions through our literature reviews, interviews, personas, and journey mapping. In the literature, common solutions include improving mental health care affordability at the policy level, enhancing health and mental health literacy, and emphasizing ethical telehealth design. Our interviewees echoed these solutions, emphasizing the need for policy changes to enhance affordability and insurance navigation. They also desired better information on providers, trust and quality ratings, and improve online resources. Drawing from these insights, we envision a consolidated platform that breaks down the existing barriers between insurance, therapists, and consumers. This unified web application provides seamless integration with insurance networks, advanced therapist selection, real-time appointment scheduling, and expanded provider options all under one roof. To give you a visual understanding of how this works, let's take a look at this system diagram. For a more detailed explanation, please visit the following URL where Rose elaborates on this topic in a separate video.
Okay, I am told that we need to do this really quickly. We have a longer one if someone wants to deep dive this, but doing this really quickly. Our program that we've titled Benefit Link is an insurance benefits integration program with secure insurance linking, comprehensive benefit analysis, efficient scheduling and booking integration, real-time provider availability, simplified appointment booking, and privacy and security. So we're going to do this quickly. I'm going to try and explain it as fast as I can, but here we go. Okay, so hi and welcome. Do you have insurance you'd like to use? Not sure? Ask Me Anything is our chatbot. So we say yes. We then ask for the provider. If the person has any questions, we can quickly go to our FAQ, go back. We can always skip, but let the person know choosing not to use insurance may result in out-of-pocket expenses. So we can go to our next person. Our authentication with explanation about how we use the data. Please enter insurance. We're going to connect to our insurance and authenticate that. Then we find, an insurance. This can be in the profile. Again, our authentication is successful. Any questions, we go back to our FAQ. So this person wants to do a virtual appointment. So if we go to our virtual, this is how this would look in integration with Psychology Today. So we see Christina Lim. This is the therapist. She's a psychiatrist. She's verified. She has reviews. This is her view scheduled a book. This is a little video on her. So let's say view scheduled a book. This is now an integration here. Same thing, her reviews, a picture, a little video on her, more questions about your insurance. This is a little bio on her, a review on her. And we see this is check calendar for available date and time. We click here for the available date because this is blue. The only date she has available is 8:00 p.m. Do we want to book the appointment? Yes, we do. So now we have an appointment with our therapist and we can log out. All right. And then again, very quickly, we all learned a great deal on this. We've learned a great deal during this project. Even if some answers weren't expected, but are now confirmed. We feel like this was an important task to undertake and would be very beneficial to a wider audience. Thank you to all of our contributors whom were willing to give their time and energy to answer our questions and sometimes dig more deeply into their responses. Their names will be held in privacy, but we thank them all the same. A special thank you to Dr. P for her enthusiasm and joy in all we do and have done. You are our guiding light. And finally, thank you to those listening. We appreciate your interest and your presence.
This is a very brief overview of what we would do as a future co-design if we were going to do this project on a larger scale. So we would be splitting everything into two phases. The first is the preparation phase for facilitators, where they get ready to go over the research question, make sure they're recruiting everyone properly, compensating everyone properly, having a mental health professional on hand, and then digging into the co-design process, making sure all stakeholders are included throughout. There are icebreakers, expectations are set, we're considering privacy throughout. And just going through the process together, going through and voting on priorities and reviewing solutions together, crafting solutions together, giving each other positive feedback at the end of the sessions, especially in sessions where there might be some disagreements over different decisions that are being made, making sure that we're sharing insider knowledge and our hopes and fears, revisiting some of those things throughout the process. And finally, towards the end, making sure that we're celebrating together. And then moving on into additional workshops if we need to for revision. So that is a very brief look at what we would do.